our first live stream business presentation. Help us welcome national consultant Debbie Atkinson.
Hi everyone in Ambit land. Welcome to the business presentation tonight. My name is Debbie Atkinson. I'm a national consultant with Ambit Energy. But 9 years ago, I was sitting right where you're sitting. I started with 0 customers and 0 consultants, wondering how I was going to build this business. I started it on a part-time basis, and in less than a year, what Ambit has done for me, it allowed me to retire early and buy back my time from being a full-time nurse with 2 full-time jobs in nursing. Now that's what Ambit's done for me. What are you looking at this opportunity for tonight? It's what Ambit can do for you. It's anything from just part-time income to full retirement. It's from donating more to charity to sending your kids or grandkids to college. It's whatever you want it to be. That's what Ambit Energy can do for you. So let's get started. I'm going to bring up our first speaker, and he's going to talk about why Ambit is the right company, why we have an expanding industry, and it's the perfect product. He is a national consultant, and he has won trips, vacations, dream vacations with our co-founders and top Ambit leaders. He's a top 50 income earner. Please help me welcome up Mark Guerra.
When I first saw this opportunity, I really wasn't looking for anything. I owned a couple of small businesses, but really they owned me. See, I was working lots of hours, 6-7 days a week, and I didn't have time to spend with my wife and kids. But thanks to this awesome opportunity you're about to see right now, it's changed our lives forever. We were able to achieve financial freedom, but more importantly, time freedom, the time we so desperately needed to be together. And now we help other people like you to do the exact same thing. But let's talk about the vision of our company. The vision is to become the finest and most respected retail energy provider in America. Okay? See, it doesn't say to become the largest and most profitable. It says to become the finest and most respected. And that's what we've already become, right? But why is all this happening? Because this company was started, Ambit Energy, in 2006 by 2 great gentlemen, okay? We got Chris Chambliss, who has a background in marketing. He was one of the people in Excel Telecommunication who took that company to become one of the fastest companies to $1 billion. He then teamed up with Jerry Thompson Jr., who, y'all heard of the Thompson family, right? 7-Eleven. 7-Elevens was the largest franchise in the world. There's more 7-Elevens than Starbucks and McDonald's put together. They definitely have had high growth experience. And what have we done? We've been able to have 1.3 million customers, and we ended the year last year at $1.5 billion in annual revenue. But I'm excited to say we have someone from corporate here today, and I'd like to invite him to come up and kind of give us his view on the company, right? So please stand to your feet and welcome VP Eric the Boom Johnstone.
I'm excited to be here. First of all, this is great opportunity for this little event. We got simulcast coming up. We'll talk a little bit about that later. So I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be on TV. This is fun. Exactly. Why not? You know, I've been with the company a long time, over 8 years, and we knew from we started when Chris and Jerry started and working with everybody. We knew there was 3 key things that somebody coming into the business would need to ask themselves to be part of a successful network marketing company. First and foremost is the product. Can you believe in the product? It's something, the product you feel that you can sell. You're gonna learn a lot more about the product later. I can give you a little hint if you don't know. It's energy, natural gas, electricity, pretty simple. Second thing is, what kind of field leadership do you have out here? Chris and Debbie Atkinson by putting on this event, and there's a lot of other leaders here that you're going to be able to see. We have a very, very strong leadership group out there that do a lot of the heavy lifting and make it very easy for you to be successful in this business. And the third thing, which I want to talk just a couple of minutes about, is are you part of the right company? When we started, Chris and Jerry put a lot of time, effort, energy, and money into building systems because they knew once they turned the lights on, get the pun, turn the lights on and get this thing going, that they were going to have a huge influx of customers and consultants in the business. They want to make sure that they took the time before they turn those switches on, that they had the systems in place to be successful. And almost 10 years later, I think you would see that we are very nimble. We're able to move quickly and to add all the bells and whistles that we need to as you guys build your business. The other thing we worked hard on is to build our brand. When you first started, when consultants, some of the leaders, Chris and Debbie, came on board, a lot of people hadn't heard of Ambit. They didn't even know what Ambit was. We're still not a household name, but at least when you're out there talking and introducing, we've built our own story that you can go out and tell people with the accolades and different stuff that you're going to see here a little bit later. And the other thing is, within the corporate office, we've taken a lot of time and effort to bring in a lot of entrepreneurs into our business, whether it's IT, HR, marketing services. We understand what you guys go through out there in the field, and we want to make sure that we have people in our office that have the flexibility and the resources to go out, and if they see something's wrong or broken, we can fix it. So Chris and Jerry have done an excellent job about that, and that's one of the favorite things that about my job. The other thing is I get to come out and meet all of you guys. I tell everybody I have the best job in the country. I get to work for a great corporate office, but I also get to come out here and meet all of y'all. Hear your stories. Take those stories back. Explain to people within the office who don't get to see you guys a lot what you guys do and what you guys go through and how we can try to improve the experience for you. As you guys know me, I do like the boom. I get excited sometimes. I love coming on these trips because it invigorates me, and Darryl will tell you the same thing. We're excited about 2016. The next thing you need to know, it's all about timing with network marketing. I can tell you, there's never been a better time to be part of Ambit. We've got the systems in place, we've got the financial backing, we've got the story that can be told. All you need to do is go out there and make it happen. We'll support you any way we can. So before I leave, boom!
So that was Eric, right? And so we heard what he said, but what are other companies saying about us? You know, we have one of my favorite is the Inc. 500, right? They ranked us the #1 fastest growing company in the entire United States of America. Let's give it up for Ambit. And by the way, you know that no other network marketing company in history has ever done that. Okay. Also, J.D. Powers Awards. We've won those year after year for being #1 in customer service. But my favorite is the DSN, Direct Selling News. We were ranked #12 in the world largest network marketing company. Now, why is all this happening? It's because of the deregulation. See, the energy monopolies are being broken up, and now we have a chance to choose, right? And the timing is perfect. You just heard it. But look at the United States up there. You see those orange states? Those are the ones we're in. The gray ones are the ones we need to go to, right? And we're in less than 3% of the market. You're getting in just at the beginning. This is the perfect timing. Look, we have over $100 billion in our current market. We have over 66 million potential customers, people we can help save money on their bills. Now, how does this work? What does the deregulation mean? Deregulation, before one company would do everything, right? In this area, you know it as what? HL&P, right? So before, if they sent you a bill, you just paid it, right? If you didn't want to, you didn't have a choice. You couldn't go pick somebody else to do it. So the deregulation means there's choices, there's competition. Now a company can only do one of these three things. They can either generate it, they can make the electricity, they could either own the power lines, like in this area, CenterPoint, right, and Texas, New Mexico, or they can be the retail energy provider, and that's what Ambit chose to do. Now, we're gonna talk to you about our product. It's really a service, right? Everybody uses it, there's no cost to switch, there's an easy enrollment process. You can basically sign a customer up on your phone in 2 minutes. That's how simple they make it. Nothing's gonna change for the customers. Now, are there any business owners in the room today? Any business owner? Okay, we got a couple of them. What would you think about if you had no inventories, no deliveries, no collection, and no bosses? That's pretty awesome, right? See, Ambit Energy does all the heavy lifting for us. There's great savings. We got to be competitive, right? Competitive rates, satisfaction guarantee, Green E. But you also get a welcome package. Just for giving Ambit a try, they're going to send you in your first, your welcome letter that you get, it's going to have a 3-day, 2-night hotel stay just for giving us a try, right? Everybody gets that, every single customer. They also give you travel reward points. So every kilowatt you use, every time your meter's turning, you're getting these travel reward points. You can accumulate them and take them to be able to use them to go on different vacations all over the place. You want to go to Cancun, wherever you want to go, you're going to be able to take it for free for doing what? For paying your electric bill. You're already doing it anyways. They give you 2,000 points when you get started. And guess what? It's free, right, to be a customer? Well, you also get a free website. What can you do with this website? Well, you can check your bill. You can pay your bill online. You can get tips on how to save money on electricity. You can also maybe refer this to other friends and family. Have you ever referred things before? Well, it's the same thing. But once you've referred our service to 5 other people, and they become customers, you're going to not have to wait to accumulate all those points for those travel packages. You're going to be able to take one right now once you do that without having to wait. So this is the biggest thing, free energy. How does it work? Well, once you refer 10 more people, maybe you get back from that vacation and everybody's asking you, how'd you do that? Well, my electric company sent me, right? So you refer 10 more customers for a total of 15. Ambit's going to take the average of those 15 customers and they're going to credit it to your bill every single month, month after month after month. So let's say your bill was, $200. And the average of those 15 customers was $200. How much are you going to pay? Zero. So what if your bill was $180 and your credit was $200? How much are you going to pay? $20. Come on, guys. It would be nice if you get zero every time, right? So, is there anybody in the room today that's getting free electricity? If you are, please stand up. Look at that, guys. Let's give them a round of applause. Well, I appreciate your time. My time up here is done, but I have the privilege to bring up a gentleman that is actually one of my mentors, a mentor of many people. He's growing a huge organization all over the country. He's also the reason that we're all here in this place. Him and his wife got this started. I want you to please stand to your feet and welcome the number 5 income earner in the entire company, national consultant, Chris Atkinson.
Holy cow, give Mark a huge round of applause for that. Who wouldn't want free energy? That's what's fun. But I always like to take a second to tell you why I think Ambit's being successful. How many of you would I have to basically twist your arm to tell you that using electricity might be a good idea? Right? We're all already used it. So let's stop and pull out a pen and paper, even you at home. Because we're going to ask you to write down the names of every single person that you currently know that does not use electricity. But could you list some people that maybe don't use makeup? Ladies, at least say your spouse, right? Do you know some people that don't use vitamins or energy juice? But you can't name one person that does not use electricity. That's one of the main reasons that we're so successful, is because it's simple. One of the things I'm most grateful for is a decision that our 2 co-founders made to put you and I in the mix. They could have opened this business any way they wanted. They could have hired a marketing firm to advertise on TV, radio, and stuff like that. Instead, they said, why don't we allow people to help people? In other words, what if you and I just go out and talk to a handful of people, ask them to save money on their bill, and every month as they pay the bill, that drives revenue to the company, and in turn can drive revenue to your family, month after month after month. After all, we're just following the same exact business model as all these great companies. How'd you hear about Facebook? How'd you hear about Google? Someone told you about it, right? And in turn, you told someone else about it. That someone that told you probably had to stay on the phone with you to walk you through setting up your Facebook account because you didn't want to take the time to learn it. But you did. And now you use it how often? Some of you every second of every minute of every day, right? You know, I mean, think about it. But why do we use it? Because it works. That's the main reason we use it. I'm going to get on a plane and go on a trip. And when I land wherever it is that I go, and I need directions to get somewhere, all I do is pull out my phone and say, hey, Google, how do I get to? And all of a sudden the map pops up, I just hit start on the navigation, and away I go. We use all these because everything works. Well, our company just happens to have a satisfaction guarantee that we never use, so our system works too. The problem with those companies is we just don't get paid for it. So what if you and I just kept doing the same thing we've always done our entire life, just refer people to something, but what if we start to earn an income because of it now? What if you could own and operate your own business for just $75? That's all it costs to partner with the #1 fastest growing company in all of America. And then for $25 a month, you get a website system that works wonders for you. It will do everything that you need it to do. You get a video website that just shows this presentation running live 24/7. It never makes a mistake. You get sites to enroll customers, enroll consultants. You have a site called your Power Zone that tracks everything for you. How many customers you have, how many consultants, what your next paycheck is going to be. Marketing material in the form of flyers. You just click and print and pass them out to your coworkers, friends, and neighbors. Everything you ever needed is already there, including training. You click on a link called Ambit University, and up pops a series of online videos that walk you through A to Z, everything to do. And again, that's a one-time investment of only $75 plus your website system. And now you just joined a company whose revenue is over $1.5 billion. But since you're a business owner, let's talk about what you get in return. How many of you that have a job would like to keep your same hours? Yeah. Would you, if you were given the opportunity from your boss, would you change your hours just a little bit? Like, instead of the hours you work now, would you like it better if you clocked in at like 11? Went to lunch at 12? Came back at like 2:45? Clocked out to go home at 3:15? Would that be a better shift for you if you got to keep the same pay? Well, see, that's all we're ever going to ask you for is just a little bit of time. We're not asking you for 8, 10, 12 hours. We're telling you that you get to set your own schedule. It's whenever you want to. 15 minutes here, 30 minutes there. You decide. But folks, incredible tax benefits. The tax code is written to help those people that own their own home-based business. So we hope you see something of value here to help you and your family save on your tax dollars every single month. That last line is what got me from the very beginning. Unlimited income potential. And for me, it's that last word. Because you see, what it's based on is each of us in our individual effort. Some of you that are joining today are going to go on to make millions upon millions of dollars. Because you're going to see how simple it is. It's energy. Everybody's using it. Some people may not make that much because they may not carve out that 15 minutes. They may carve 15 minutes out every 7 days instead of every day. But it's whatever it is, it's going to get something started for you that's going to help pay you and your family the rest of your life. A lot of people have a couple of questions. They want to know what's in it for them. To me, it's easy. It's called money. Seriously, stop and think about it. Wherever you live, does your local energy companies, do they make money? Yes or yes? Yes. So why not you and I? It's the same exact energy. It's delivered the same. It's made the same. It comes through the same wires and the same pipes. We use the same meters. The same guy that read the meter last month is still going to read it next month. Nothing's going to change on your bill. It's still going to come from the same company month after month after month, and you just keep paying the bill. It's that simple. So what's in it for you and me is a piece of that that was never allowed to us before. It's just since the country started deregulation that it's been an open market for us. And can you do it? I believe you can. And I say that because we only do two simple things. We're going to help a few people pay less on a bill they're going to pay every single month anyway. And we're going to help a few people join us in business who are going to help a few people pay less for a bill they're going to pay every single month anyway. Those are the only two things that we do. So let's begin to share with you how we actually earn an income here. We have a simple formula called 526. And if you'll follow this, you'll see success and get yourself all the way to national consultant, maybe a purple jacket, meaning you've earned over $5 million. You see, my wife and I, we've just gotten real good at completing and helping others to complete that simple formula. That's our goal every day, is we want to make sure that someone is completing this formula. That's our main focus each and every single day. So the 5 is the customer point. So you joined today, it was $75 plus $24.95 for your website system. That website system counts as 2 customer points. What most people do is decide to be their own first customer, pick up the phone and call mom, and go all the way next door and talk to the neighbor. As soon as you get those 3 customer points to go along with your website system, the company is going to send you a check for $100. Now, they give you 28 days to do that. But in reality, how long does it take you to say hello to a neighbor? Call your best friend. Most people that join us in business complete this part in just 24 hours. Because again, all you're doing is helping people to pay less on a bill they're going to pay the rest of their life. If you like that idea, let's go to work in the morning and share it with your friend named Bob. Bob now comes in and does the same thing that you did. He becomes his own first customer, calls mom, and talks to a neighbor. When he gets a check for $100, you do too. We're going to pay you 100% matching bonus for helping someone see success. If you like that idea, share it with your friend Steve. And when Steve gathers 3 customers to go along with his website, again, he earns $100, and you do too. So now you've paid roughly $100 to start your business tonight, $75 plus the website. You gathered yourself and 2 other people as a customer, you're already back to profit. You go to work in the morning and share it with a couple of your friends, and now look what you've done. You've already made $200 profit, and you haven't even completed the formula yet. So now you've done the 5 customer points, the 2 personally sponsored consultants. You build a team of 6, and now you get your first promotion to what's called a regional consultant. And all you're going to do here is the same thing you've already done, but you're going to earn more. You see, when Ambit gives you a promotion, they actually give you a raise, a 55% raise. And I heard the chuckles out there. Some of you have been through what I've been through. I used to work for one of the largest Chevy dealerships here in Houston. And they came to me one day, I'd worked there about a year and a half. They said, we're going to make you the manager of the aftermarket department. I got a little excited. And I said, so what's my raise? Well, 14 more hours. I said, do what? Yeah, you get to work 14 extra hours every single week. And that's how you'll make more money. It didn't make much sense to me, but how was I going to turn it down? Right? I mean, I was trying to live and survive. Here, we're going to give you a 55% raise that changes everything. Now you're going to go out and share the information with a couple more of your friends. They get a few customers. They earn a check for $100. You earn one for $155 because of your raise. But let's just imagine that that's Debbie and Mark. Do you think that they're going to go share the information with others? Well, of course they will. They've already both promoted all the way to national. So as they go out and share the information with someone that gets a few customers, that helps someone else join and do the same, every single time somebody joins your organization, you get a check for $55 as soon as they gather just 3 customers to go along with their website. And I know it's hard to think exciting out of that, right? It's tough. Because here's what you're thinking. You're at a meeting tonight, now you got to wait till next week to bring a guest to join your business. And halfway to the meeting, they're going to call you and say, oh, I forgot it's my daughter's cheerleading camp. And so now you got to wait till the next week. Well, let's clear that up for you real quick. Remember, your website system gives you access to the online video 24/7. But what happens is you just get something started, and now you get to begin to leverage your time. You see, there's going to be people join your business that have a lot more time than you do. There's going to be people that join your business that are, well, they were looking for a drastic change in their life. And every time they put someone in who gathers a few customers, you get to benefit financially as well. On just a daily average now, my wife and I hit about 75 people joining our business. Now that's every single day. So you start to do the math. October the 13th of 2006, I joined. I had no customers and no consultants. This month we're passing 100,000 consultants. You never know what can happen just from getting something started. So you start to do the math on however many people a day will ever join your business. And in our case, it's over 70. But see, we didn't stop there. We promoted to senior. Where now it's up to $135 to infinity every time somebody joins and gathers a few customers. 5 months in, I was an executive consultant, where now it'd be up to $215 every single time somebody joins. As a national consultant, it's just more money, up to $240 to infinity. Now here's the neat thing. As you continue to build a business, grow and promote, everything continues to pay you simultaneously. You see, you paid a one-time investment to own a business, and now you get to open up multiple streams of income. Folks, I've never heard of that. I know it's $1.2 million to open up a McDonald's. $1.2 million. And if you start to make money and you want to open up another one, it's another $1.2 million. Here you open up as many as you want for that one-time investment of $75. And all you're doing is helping others to pay less on a bill they're already paying. And all this money gets released every Friday because somebody joins your business and simply gathers a few customers. What if we paid you on those customers every time that they paid their bill? How often do we all pay our electric and our gas bills? Every month. So what if every month you got a portion of it? Do you think over time, not overnight, that you could just share this information with 3 people? Now listen, you currently know 2,043 people. If you don't believe me on that, just Google it. You'll see I'm telling the truth. Because, well, I mean, everything on the internet's true, right? I mean, so if we all know 2,043, could you come up with 3 that are able to invest $100 to change their life? And do you think you could help those 3 share it with 3 people? And could you help those 9 share it with 3 people? That'd be 27 new people in your organization. In 7 levels, that'd be well over 3,000 consultants. What if all anybody ever did was become their own customer, call mom, and say hi to a neighbor? Just gather those 3 customers. That's it, no more, just averaging 3 customers. We're talking 10,000 customers in your organization. Would an extra $11,758 every single month be okay? That seems so simple to me. Personally, my wife and I have 22 customers. So what's going to happen over time as you average more? The same 3 consultants who average 3 consultants, but what if we only average 10 customers? Would an extra $39,000 a month come in handy? I mean, I'm going to ask you honestly, would an extra 39 grand a month help? Would that maybe change where you live or what you drive? Would it make you smile more? Make you less stressful? Would you go to work just a little different? Or would you still go to work? Think about it. Now listen, you're telling me that an extra 39 grand a month would come in handy. Now I only know 2 ways, well legally, only know 2 ways of making that happen. One is you could go home and take the $36 million that's hiding under your mattress and put that into the bank account tomorrow, and that would be your interest payment every month. It would only take $36 million to get that for you. Or you could go out and talk to 1 friend, 1 family member, and 1 coworker and ask them if $100 would be worth opening a business that could change their life. And then if you go help those 3 do the same exact thing, and you help those 9 do the same thing, and everybody averages a few customers over time, 39 grand's coming your way. But see, I've been around long enough, I understand a little bit about people. Some people are looking at that and they say, yeah, but. Look, it's all in perspective. Is 39 grand a lot to Bill Gates? Do you know that Bill Gates, do you know he wakes up every morning $5 million richer than he was when he went to bed? Somebody asked me one time, what would I do if I was Bill? I said, I'd probably go to sleep an hour earlier. See if I can I get it to 5.2? You know, I don't know. But here's the thing. I didn't do good in school. I graduated number 165 out of class at 350, and I used to think that was in the top half, so I'm not the smartest guy. But I did find out along the way that it's impossible for math to lie. So I'm just going to ask you, what is 3 times 3? Times 3. Times 3. You can look at the chart. So what you're telling me is that 100% of the time, 3 who average 3 in 7 levels is going to be 3,279. So that means 100% of the time, if everybody averages 10 customers, it's 32,810. Which means 100% of the time on the 15th of the month, you're just going to have to be okay with over 39 grand coming your way. Some of you still saying, yeah, but I just don't know how to spend that. Get with my wife, she'll share with you how to do it like that. It's quick, right? And here's the cool thing is you can spend it because the next month has a 15th also. And it's just coming again. But you know, when I was told to go take a look at this, I was called by a friend of mine in Austin, Texas. And I live south of Houston, and he told me I had to get to Dallas to go see it. Now, that was a little tricky for me. I was 38 years old. I had just been foreclosed on for the 3rd time. I had just moved back into my parents' house. 10 days later, this guy gives me a call. Super excited and said, Chris, I found what we've always wanted. Now, I'd only known him for a year and a half, and so what we always wanted, I don't know. But he said, you've got to get to Dallas to go see it. Folks, I didn't have a car to get to Dallas. So I had to get a friend to stop by, pick me up, and drive me to Dallas. Now, I was told that this guy named Brian McClure was going to be at the office and he'd share this with me. That's all I was told. So I don't know if any of you have ever met Brian, but Brian is 6'10". You put him next to me, that's at least 2 or 3 inches taller. And at the time, Brian was over 500 pounds. So it was intimidating. Now, Brian was sitting on this little stool, and he said, now, young man, I'm going to share the big money with you. And I said, sir, I think something happened. He said, no, that's the big money. I said, you just showed me $39,000 a month. He said, yeah, this is the big money. I said, that doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? So he said, there's a pen and paper on your desk. We're going to do a math problem. I started sweating bullets. I thought, they're going to make me pay to join, and I have to pass a math class. I'm doomed right from the beginning. He said, all I want you to do is just do simple math. 3 who average 3 who average 3. But take it 10 levels. And then stay ultra conservative and say over time people only average 5 customers. And then multiply that times a quarter. I couldn't believe it. I mean, when I looked at that number, I was in shock. It was a little over $110,000, month after month after month in quarters. He said that's over time will be the biggest portion of your paycheck. And I'll tell you now, 9 years later, he is absolutely correct. My wife and I make over $100,000 every single month. And the majority of it comes from that simple quarter. But see, we didn't stop at regional consultant. Like I said earlier, we kept promoting. Because as it's a senior, now it's up to 50 cents to infinity, up to 75 cents on every customer ever coming through your executive organization, and up to an additional $1 on every single customer ever coming through your national organization. And just as before, everything continues to grow and pay you simultaneously. Now, here's the fun thing. We just shared more money with you than you've ever looked at. But the fun part about it is I know people don't understand it. It takes time, it really does. So what I'd like to do is take a minute to let someone else speak to you. Someone that got their business started a few short years ago and has already earned well over $1 million. A guy that had moved to America from another country had to get his life started, and has sure turned it on here in Ambit Energy. Help us welcome executive consultant, $1 million earner, Mr. Nir Golan.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Chris, thank you very much for inviting me here. Hey, guys, I am excited. As you can see, I got started early in 2008. Originally, I'm in the diamond industry. That's what I did for about 15 years. And when I saw Ambit Energy for the first time, it took me 15 minutes to make a decision. Yes, sign me in. I am ready to get started. Guys, I don't know about you. In 2008, people could care less about diamond. People worry about the energy bill. And I said yes, and I got started right away. And Chris and Debbie left a kid in my office and then left. And guys, I have to tell you, I knew just a few hours before they left the kid and before I joined. And back then, I paid $400+ to get started, not $75. So I opened the kit and I dialed the company, 1-800, and they say, Ambit Energy, I may help you. I got so excited, I hang up and say, it's real. I can't believe someone answered the phone. And Chris and Debbie say, Nir, go work this business and your dream will come true. And I say, sure, I will go do that. Got started, put a few, and let me tell you, in a very few short years, you know, I took some dream vacation out of this country. I drive a dream cars, I live in a dream house. I do all this dream thing that I wanted to do all my life because I said yes to this opportunity. My name is Nir Golan, and that's my story.
To me, that's the fun part. When somebody can join your business and in a few short years later, earn well over $1 million. And again, it's because what we have is simple, right? Who do you know that doesn't use energy? How about another special guest? Direct from the corporate office himself, somehow managed to take the day off to be here tonight, traveled 250+ miles to be here, the Vice President himself, Mr. Daryl Starkweather.
Good to be here. Hello, everybody there. It's kind of nerve-wracking right there. Thanks for letting me in your home tonight. Pleasure. Chris tried to keep me out, but I'm here anyway. My name is Daryl Starkweather. I'm Vice President of Field Development, and all that means is that I got a big crew of people back at the office, along with Eric Johnstone, that's devoted to your growth and to your success. And kind of what I thought I'd do for 2 minutes tonight is kind of give you, if you're a guest and thinking about this opportunity, maybe the corporate perspective of why we do what we do. And you have to think about the two gentlemen that started this company. They're entrepreneurs. And when they started this company, they had to make a decision of how they're going to grow their business. And there's the traditional marketing method we all know, which are your commercials, your billboards, your flyers, your phone calls, radio ads, all that stuff. And that costs money to do it. And it can be successful or it cannot be successful. Or they could take the millions that you spend every month to do that and spread that over thousands of individuals who, quite frankly, do it better. It's a proven model that people will sign up for you more so than they ever will for Ambit Energy, and it just works. Tonight, the speakers have done a wonderful job explaining how easy this thing is to do. It's a very simple business. And so, if you're thinking about this, you've seen all the accolades and you've seen what we've been able to do. You've talked about the $1.5 billion in revenue. And what you need to understand is there's not this big corporate machine that's created all that success. All that success came from individuals like everybody in this room tonight. It's people talking to people, people helping people, referring a service that everybody uses every day to use it. And they stay because they're your customer. They're not Ambit's customer. They're not Chris and Jerry's customer. They do it for you because you're growing your business. And it's a privilege of ours to go through and watch these $1 million commission runs go out every month to pay individuals as they grow their business. And what you need to know is success is absolutely possible. You have leaders here in the room that are doing it, all across this room in the country, people watching that are successful. But the door is wide open. And in corporate, we're not slowing down. We've had tremendous growth, and we're excited about that. And we've had a lot of accolades, and we're really excited about that. But we're not settling for that. We want more. There's more for you guys. And so Our job is to go back and keep finding things to where we can expand and open new markets for you guys, new opportunities, because it works and it's proven, and we want you to be successful because, like I said, at the end of the day, if you're not successful, Ambit's not. So thank you for everything you do. We love you guys. We hope the guests in the room see this opportunity and you join us, and I hope to get to meet you. Thank you.
I don't know about everyone else, but to me, when not one but two people from the corporate office show up for any event, that just again shows me just how lucky, blessed, and fortunate we should feel. They don't have to do that. They clock in at 8 and out at 5 or 6 every day anyway, right? But they take all the extra time to come out and meet with people like us to help us get that good feeling inside. Right? See, we already know why it works. It's because what we have is a service, not a product. Again, do I have to convince you that using electricity is a good idea? Do you ever think about it? Besides that one day a month when the bill might come, do you ever think about using electricity or gas? I mean, how many of you tonight, when you get home, you're going to pull in the garage? Right? Now listen, I haven't Google Earthed your house, so don't freak out if I'm kind of talking about your own personal home. But when you pull in the garage, is it usually like a half a step or a full step up to get from the garage into the house? And as soon as you walk in, you're going to reach over the left, and you're going to flip the light switch, and the lights in the kitchen turn on. When you get in the kitchen, you're going to look down to the right, and you see the hallway, and your bedroom's at the far end. And so you're going to get to the hallway, you're going to turn the light switch on so you can see down the hallway. You get to the second door on the right, which is your bedroom. You're going to turn in there, reach back over to the left and flip the light on. By the time you get in there, you're going to say, golly, I got to go pee. So you're going to walk through the bedroom, into the bathroom, turn that light switch on, and then you're going to say to yourself, son of a gun, I never turned the switch off. I left the whole house lit up just to get to the toilet. Now, let's be honest. How long have you lived there? You should know your way by now, right? I mean, but why do we do it? It's because it's a convenience. We just don't think about it. Not one person is going to walk up to the light switch and say, oh, shoot, hang on. 8.9 cents a kilowatt time. Hey, hon, we can use it for 5 minutes. We're not going to do that. But I bet you do it on a lot of other things. How many of you, when you leave your meeting tonight and you drive home and that little light comes on saying, hey, you're just about to run out of gas, right? How many of you, when you pull in the gas station, honestly just put the credit card in and fill it all the way? Instead, do some of you walk inside and hand him a $20 bill just to see if it's enough to get home in a couple of more days? How many of you, it's not even quite 20? How many of you go to the doctor, you get your prescription, when you take it to the pharmacy, you ask them first, can I get this in a generic brand so it's less? How many of you ever use a coupon when you go shopping anywhere at all? So in other words, what you're telling me is you're already looking for ways to save. And now you just found a way to save on your biggest bill that you have every single month, and you can help others to do the same thing. It's that simple. That's why we're the fastest growing company in all of America. So if you start to understand that you can do this in your spare time and part-time, we're not asking you to quit that job. I don't want you to quit your job. For one reason, that's where all your contacts are. And if you're one of the honest people out there that will tell us that you just kind of put up with your job, you don't really enjoy it, don't you think everybody else there is kind of the same? And now you have this to share with them. And you just work it in that spare time and part-time that you have. Listen, you'll understand the compensation plan over time. It took me 10 weeks, and I studied it every single night. I'd call my sponsor the next day and say, oh, I get it. You do this, this, and get there. He said, nope, that's not it. What do I do? He said, just go talk to more people. You'll get it over time. Well, that made sense to me because any job I had ever had, I had to go through training. Similar to you? I mean, did you ever say, no, I won't start here until I fully understand everything? Or did you just go ahead and take the job and learn as you go? Of course we did, because we like living indoors, so we had to have the paycheck, right? So just keep it that simple here as well. The most important thing about life, and especially about business, is timing. Right now, we're the fastest growing company in America, and people don't even have a clue that we're even in existence. But think about other things. Would it be a good idea for you and I to go open up a store tomorrow that's going to sell vinyl records? Wouldn't make any sense. What's a vinyl record? You know, I mean, I get it. .com is already .gone, right? But energy mixed with technology, that's the future. Something we're always going to use. And now it's just getting better. With our company now expanding into solar markets. You know, I saw a report where in 5 years, 25% of the homes across America will have solar panels. Now, I'll be honest, that does not excite me at all. And here's why. How many of you heard of Google 15 years ago? Nobody raised their hand. 15 years ago, Google was already a $3 billion company. You see, it takes a long time for the masses to know. So the next 5 years doesn't excite me about solar. It's years 6 through 10. You see, when 25% are already using something, don't you think the next period of time is when the majority will? And here we are, planted firmly with the #1 company in America that J.D. Power keeps ranking #1, and now we've entered the solar field. Folks, you're in the right place at the right time. And if you'll just plug into our system, success will be yours. We shared with you earlier how you can go to your Power Zone and click on Ambit University. We also have another tool for you if you just go to team526.biz. We're going to have all kinds of training available for you, all the links back to this video. Everything is going to be at that website for you to help you all along the way. So if you're looking at this tonight, why don't you get with the one that asked you to look, and let's get started. Say yes, it's worth $100 to see what it can do for me. You see, I can't imagine my life if I would have said no. When I first saw it, he looked me square in the eye and said, "Are you ready to get started, yes or no?" I could have said no, and I could have gone back to mommy's house, and I could have let her cook me another home-cooked meal, and I could have gone out the next day and tried to find a different job, and I could have found a job that was going to pay me whatever, $8, $10, $20 an hour, and I could have worked the rest of my life to not survive. Look, I'm not knocking anybody for having a job. I understand we need them. But I also understand that way of life doesn't work for 97% of people in the United States of America. 97% of people age 65 and above are unable to write a check for $600. I just had to fix not one but 2 flat tires on the same car. It was $949. So if I was 97% of people, I would have been stuck at home. I would have been unable to ever leave my house. Now these are the people that, well, listen to my dad. My dad's the reason that the world's the way it is today. Well, it's his fault. I'll give you his number. You can call him. Well, my dad probably talked to your dad too. Did your parents ever teach you go to school, get the degree, take the first job that offers you health care benefits, suck it up and deal with it? Yeah. And you see how that's not working out if 97% of people after they retire can't even write a check for $600. Folks, that's just not working anymore. What we found is a way to help supplement that. So again, I'm not telling you to quit your job. But what if you gave us 5 or 10 hours a week and we helped to supplement that with a couple of $1,000s a month that could come into your account month after month after month. And from that point forward, you never know what can happen. But it's all about what you start today. So again, I invite you to get with the one that asked you to see this. Tell them, yes, you're ready to get started. It takes literally 2 minutes to get yourself all signed in. And then all you have to do is consider, do you truly know 3 people? And do they know 3 people? And can you help them talk to 3 people? Because then over $39,000 month after month after month, is coming your way. Hey, God bless you all. Thank you for joining Ambit Energy and continuing to make us the #1 fastest growing company in all of America. God bless you all.